Hey, this is Painting with Ruby. Today I'm going to teach you how to do a simple sunset with oil paint. So I'm starting off with the canvas that has a layer of liquid clear. You could also use a linseed oil. This is going to make the colors that you apply for the sunset background to easily blend together. I'm using a rounded blending brush here to start with where the sun is going to be, and I'm just using a yellow. Next, I'm going to go into some baby blue, a little bit of pink, and just blend all the way to the end of the canvas. And as I work my way to the end, I'm going to use darker colors. All the exact colors will be in the description. I kind of messed up, so I wanted to have the pink more near the yellow, so I'm just tapping it in there, and also I'm cleaning my brush in between using the red and using the blue. I just added titanium white to all my colors just to make it more of a pastel vibe. And this is also called the wet on wet technique. And I've learned this a long time ago from Bob Ross, one of the greatest. And here I'm just getting my best blending brush. I'm going to start with the yellow and just tap so that everything is blended nice together and it doesn't look like I just applied these colors separately. So I'm just tap, tap, and cleaning my brush off in between so that the colors don't mix. So now we're going to make where exactly we want the sun. And I'm just using my rounded blending brush tapped in with some titanium white and just tapping exactly where I want the sun to shine. And I'm just going to start and work my way outwards. Keep applying titanium white until you get to the color that you want it. But the more you apply, the more bright it's going to look, and just keep blending it in. And then I'm going to use my same rounded brush with a dark color on it. I used some red, I used a little phthalo blue and some brown. It kind of turned into this gray color. And I'm just tapping in some random shapes, and then I'm going to use my blending brush to just blend in these shapes from the bottom. And this is just going to be the shadow color. And when I go closer to the sun, I want it to have this more of a pink orange hue. So I added some more of that magenta color that I'm using and some orange. And don't forget also all these colors will be in the description. But this color combo was magenta and orange with titanium white and some of the dark color. I'm going to use that same color to just tap over the dark gray color that I just created, those clouds. And when you do blend in, blend from the bottom. That way it just looks like it's floating into the sky. Clean your brush in between because it will not blend correctly. And I decided I wanted a little bit more blue right here, so I'm just tapping in some of that baby blue color. And as I work my way to the edges of the canvas, I'm making the shadow of these clouds a lot darker. Less of that orange and more of a gray tone. And blend from the bottom. I wanted a little more yellow to be right there. Brightening up my sun a bit. Now I'm using a liner brush filled with titanium white that I did thin out with a little paint thinner, and I'm just tapping in at the edge of my cloud that I've made with the shadow. And what you want to concentrate now is making the white more bright when it is in the direction of the sun. And just tap in from the edge of the cloud and work your way down. You always want to leave some of that darker shadow color at the bottom. And this is really just going to create a nice fluffy cloud. I add a lot of paint onto my brush, and there it was just pure titanium white because it's super close to the sun. And on the other side I add some of that pinkish orange color because that is on the other side of the sun, so I wanted to have a bit of a shadow. Right now we're just going to tap it in, but once we get all of this in, we will use our blending brush again to just blend it in from the bottom and make it all really come together nicely. And if you haven't noticed already, there's a cute cat right by where my brush is at right now in the corner. That's her favorite spot to sleep. Just brightening up this side since it is in the direction of the sunset or sunrise. Haven't decided yet. And just remember, if you want it to be brighter and to easily glide onto the canvas, just apply a little paint thinner. Finish up this cloud. As I get further away from the sun, I want it to be not as distinct, not as pure titanium white, have more of the orange hue. All these little clouds are really going to give your sky some dimension. So make sure that you do leave a little bit of the shadow in between the clouds. That's why I say work your way from the top of the cloud in. Now we're going to get our best blending brush and we're going to just tap the bottom of each of these clouds. Clean your brush in between. Make sure that we don't mix the lighter colors with the dark colors. Had a piece of hair, got that out. And just blend to your liking. You know, if you blend too much, you could always add more color. I decided I want to make my sun a little brighter, so I just put some titanium white on my finger and I'm just going to do some finger paint right now. I find it so easy to just do a circle like this. But of course, you can always use a brush. Back into my blending brush and just going to tap in into that titanium white. Just blend it in a little bit. This is really going to make it illuminate.